Hello everybody, welcome to another exciting video, a war recap, Reddit hunters versus soldiers. Now we barely won here. They missed like 8 attacks, which could have easily turned the tide. They did a couple fails, and so to be honest, it wasn't such a great war for us. I don't even have any Town Hall 11 3 stars to show you, but I'm going to show this one anyway, 99%. By space time. I actually got 97% on this base myself. And he's doing something a bit unorthodox this war, which I really liked. He's using the stone slammer instead of the blimp. Now that's because a lot of the value is right there on the surface, so there's no need for a fast vehicle. It can do a bit of damage, and then he drops the clones and rage. It takes out that entire area. He really does get a lot of value out of it, not just in terms of defensive buildings, but also in the pathing that it creates. And then after that, he's just going to begin his Laloon portion over here. There's not a lot of defenses left, so that E-Drag is just going to keep on taking out buildings. Now he's starting his heroes up top, mostly for the funnel to take out that AD, and just get a bit more value up there. There's a few defenses outside that the king can take out, as well as tank for the queen. And his E-Drag is still up. It's already starting the cleanup process, which is nice. He's just waiting here to get a couple more things until he can begin his attack in earnest. Oh, there it goes. So now he's starting it down from 6 o'clock. Actually, I'd forgotten which part he attacked the base from. Really good deployment by the Laloons, by the the Lavas, and everything's just going in counterclockwise. The vacuum trap, or whatever it's called, is giving him some trouble, but it's alright. Also, if you have vacuum traps next to your defenses like that, the loons still can get drops off, just like you saw. Now, unfortunately, the eagle doesn't go down here, which is what ends up costing him the 3-star, but he still gets very close nonetheless. He's still got a ton of loons of minions and pups up, and they're going to just sort of swarm what's left. Now you're going to see here just how close he gets. It really should have been a 3-star despite all of this. You'll see just how close it is. I'm just going to go 2 times here. Watch this. Oh, just so unfortunate. You know, just a sliver of health left. But yeah, that's really what cost it. But anyway, very good attack by Space Time. Now the next attack I wanted to show was by... which one was it? It was by Roshi over here. 10v10. Now this isn't a maxed out base, but it was quite an unusual attack, an unusual hog attack, in that he doesn't use a very strong kill squad. He pretty much just uses the wall wrecker, which I think we'll see in a moment here, and he really capitalizes on bringing more hogs instead of a stronger kill squad. Now this funneling portion takes a lot of time, so I'm just going to go ×2 there. Pretty standard stuff. Yep, there's the wall wrecker. Now a lot of the value is right there in those 2 layers of walls. There's the Inferno, there's the 2 layers of cannons, the Queen. He doesn't actually have to go much further than that, where there's really just a wizard tower. So instead of pushing too far in front, he elects to go with a smaller kill squad and goes heavier on the hogs. And he can afford to do that as well, because it actually makes quite a nice hog path around the base. He already cleared out. He doesn't have to clear out the exact center. He just needs to sort of hollow it out a bit, if that even makes sense. And his hogs just path around quite nicely. Now this was a fresh hit, so that Tesla was a bit of a surprise, but the hogs managed to get through it. And well, they don't manage to get through it, but they're gonna manage to 3-star anyway. So it's pretty much over here. I'm just going to go 2 times speed. His queen is still up. She's going to help with a lot of the cleanup. There's a lot of those skellies up, unfortunately, but the hogs are sort of fast enough to outrun them a bit until they can eventually deal with them. So yeah, really nice attack by Roshi. Just gonna go over to the next attack over here. Now, this last attack is by a Town Hall 9, Will, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. This base, number 20, was actually hit 2 times earlier, and they had failed. And Will sort of sealed the deal with this nice bow witch attack. Now I know we see bow witch everywhere. I wanted to use another hog attack or something, but these attacks are very powerful, and they're very useful. You know, they're very much in the meta right now. So he's I mean, I don't really have much to say about this attack. Pretty standard bow witch. He's very good at it. Will is very good at getting these troops down in the right order, and you know, the rage might have been a little too advanced over there. Might have been slightly misplaced, but all his troops sort of get into it, and it ends up kind of working out, I think. Or maybe that was a better placement. This is terrible commentary. I'm going to ask you to please bear with me here. This is my first time doing this. So I'm just going to kind of blabber on about all sorts of things that might not even make any sense. But yeah, so you see, it sort of looks like it's petering out, but the bow witch is just so powerful that, you know, even when it doesn't look like he's got tons of troops left, he still does have quite a few. He's got the 2 heroes. Those are really the most important thing. And yeah, so he just actually pretty much crushed this base. And he's got tons of witches up. He's even got a bowler up, and that's it, you know, game over. Now I wanted to show one final attack. This is the bonus attack I was talking about. This is an attack by Hanks, who dipped down. He dipped as an 11 to hit a 10. Now, he used miners as well, now not in the same fashion as I did in my earlier video. And there's actually, something goes really seriously wrong. One of the CCs survives, a baby dragon actually. Now normally that would be game over. You know, he has no way to kill the baby dragon. And it survives the entire match. The baby dragon is griefing his miners the entire attack, but he still gets a 3-star. That's how powerful these miners are. So he elects to use a wall wrecker instead of a stone slammer. Now in this case he used it as a way to tank for his heroes, which was, you know, it's a very good idea. It's a good alternative, I think, to the stone slammer. But you see here his P.E.K.K.A. kind of went in the other way. You know, it was supposed to do that. It was supposed to clear the trash buildings. But unfortunately, it lures the CC away, which means that the queen ends up dying before she can deal with them. So that's it's a level of... Sometimes these layers of complexity actually end up hurting you, because it just allows more things to go wrong. Now, you see this baby drag is still alive, but you'll see that it doesn't actually affect the miners as much, because they go underground, so there's this pause between when the baby drag has to just sort of stop and reassess and look for a new target, because they're constantly underground, popping up, then they're underground again. So he actually doesn't get, well, he gets quite a few shots off, but just not enough to stop this attack, even though ordinarily CC still up would be game over for most attacks. But with miners, and in this case dipping as well, it's not a problem. So it's pretty much over. I'm just gonna go ×2 speed over here. Now you're gonna see it's still taking them out. There's still an Inferno left, there's an Archer Tower left. Now this is a max base as well, so it's not like, I don't know, it's not an easy dip. it's still a dip, but yeah, the multi-inferno as well, the worst one. And so it's taking them all out. It doesn't look good. It looks like it's going to be a game over. But look, there's one miner left. There's one miner left, and it's going to be enough to take out that builder hut. So yeah, that was good attack by Hanks. It just shows you that even if you make some mistakes or things don't go right, these miners are just so powerful. They can get the job done. So that's it for today, folks. I'm going to be covering next war, this